Hi guys, Miss Tina here, and today let's continue with what we're going to learn today on chemistry. So, I'm sure you all remember this. This is the particles arrangement in particles of a solid, liquid, and gas. Now, solid, liquid, and gas are known as the three states of matter. Now, what are the particles that make the solid, liquid, or gas? There are three kinds of particles that make them. They are called atoms, ions, or molecules. Now, today, what we're going to focus on is the atom. All right, now, what is inside an atom? An atom is actually not just a round circle that we think it is. It is actually a complex substance. So what happens is in an atom, it is divided into protons, neutrons, and electrons. Now, sometimes you see this kind of diagram, and sometimes you see this kind of diagram. Now, what happens is this is actually a 3D version of the diagram where we actually see it as it looks like in reality. But what happens is this is a 2D diagram that we use for chemistry. All right. Now, what happens is the particles that are inside the proton, neutron, and electrons are known as subatomic particles. Subatomic particles because they are particles inside the atom. Now, the middle of the atom is known as the nucleus. The nucleus is where the protons and neutrons are. Protons are subatomic particles that have a charge of positive 1, and neutrons are subatomic particles that have a neutral charge. Therefore, they are known as neutrons. All right, now surrounding the nucleus that is at the center is electron shells. These lines you see here are known as shells. Now, on top of these shells are these subatomic particles called electrons. And the charge of the electron is -1. Now, what you must understand is these shells are not really present. It's as if the sun and the planets that orbit the sun, we always know that the planets orbit the sun in a certain orbit. All right. Now, if we look up in the sky, we won't see these orbits. This is just where the planet travels. It's the same thing with the shells. The shells are just where the electrons travel. So remember, inside an atom is the subatomic particles known as the protons, neutrons, and electrons. The protons and neutrons are in the center of the nucleus. The electrons are around the nucleus in shells. The electrons have a negative charge, the protons have a positive charge, and the neutrons are neutral. We'll talk more about the atoms when I see you in class. Bye bye.